well, we are here, Gold Cycle 7. Thanks for the MMR taking on CoolIo in the round of 16, and for the none of you that are watching right now, because the stream just started, might as well provide an explanation. So, because of the weird patch crap that happened, I haven't finished Cycle 6 yet. I will do that on my own time, but since it's hell for people to compat to, I'm probably going to be solo casting the vast majority of the games and the series that I haven't done yet in Cycle 6, so things might be coming out at weird times, and yeah, so Cycle 6 and Cycle 7 seem like they're going to be intermingled a little bit, but this does give us the advantage of potentially, well, damn it, we are here. Sorry, Gold Cycle 7. Twitch was not muted in the background, so I was hearing myself again, but it does give this advantage of potentially being somewhat on time with the Cycle 7 matches, so that's at least pretty good. But, yay, first Cycle 7 match of Golds. Znoowy's here. How you doing, Zan?
Hi, I'm doing just fine. It's a beautiful day.
How do you know it's 6 o'clock in the morning where you are? It could be terrible. Can you even see anything out your window? You don't know. It's in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I was out for a run. Like, just about before I came in here to start casting with you, and it's snowing and it's a lot of ice and stuff, but yeah, pretty cool.
You're awake at 6 o'clock in the morning. You live in Sweden.
Always.
It's the middle of January, and you're going for a run at what time?
5 AM.
Okay, so you're gonna freeze to death. Don't do that.
No, it's not. It's not necessarily that cold. It's just, I mean, it's icy, so it's hard to run. You have to like run on the side.
You're gonna slip and fall and kill yourself that way. Either way, it doesn't seem like this ends well. Like, how cold is it there right now?
Well, you guys are using Fahrenheit, and we're using Celsius, but
Celsius
it's
is
0 degrees Celsius.
Okay,
so it's like just on the border between freezing and not freezing.
That's not that bad, but
no, it's not.
Still not good. Sorry, I just don't like. I'm not a cold person. If you put me in 100-degree weather, I'm fine. But it's
100 degrees Celsius.
100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Sorry, which is what, like, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do the math.
It's like plus 32, and then some other, I think it's 5/8 times 30 plus 32 or something like that. As the conversion. So I don't know. Either way, it's not important. I can't. I hate running too, so I cannot possibly. And I don't like the cold. I don't like running, and I don't like getting up early. So that's basically my Everest right there, is running at 5 o'clock in the morning in freezing weather.
Well, no one is out, and you got the entire world for yourself, and you can listen to music.
Just think about it though. When you slip and fall and disappear into a snowbank, nobody's gonna notice. They won't be able to save you.
But I'm not that clumsy, you know.
Oh my god. I'd be paranoid. Anyway, there's a game.
I got my phone as well.
Yeah, but presumably in this scenario you get knocked unconscious because ice and hard things, stuff. It's possible. And then the snow's falling and it covers you and nobody can see you, and then you die.
It's not that much snow. I mean, there is some snow, but it's not. I don't know. Your imagination is like way above.
I'm just paranoid of everything. And then PI has to go find a new drafter and support player. And you're really gonna do that to them, Zoe? You're really gonna do that to them? That seems excessive, man. Come on, don't be mean. Oh well. It's not KGE. No. It's Znoowy. Read titles. Yeah, sorry. Twitch chat asking who's co-casting. Znoowy, Prime Icarus, drafter. Speaking of drafting, Magnus and Valkyrie are going to be the first two bands here for GoCougs on the tyvm side, which is a team that we haven't seen before. At least I haven't. I don't know if you've seen any of these games.
I think they came up from Silver.
Indeed, they did.
But yeah, I recognize a few names, or several names actually. So it should be an interesting game, or series.
Yeah. Zane, apparently a former member of Dishonored, which is a team that's been in gold for a couple of cycles. AEB played for Night Raid for a short period. Rusher played clearly for Null, and for The Last of Us, I believe, in the 6. Also played for Night Raid. And to understand, GoCougs is in fact Meisty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think that's the case. There was some speculation that that is in fact Meisty. So if that is or is not Meisty, either way, there are some recognizable names on these teams and on this team, and some players who have played in high tier games as well. But on the Hellborn side, you have a pretty similar situation. In fact, Archer Tiger leading a team with Okami, Marcus, Yugobic, and Platycreus, who is also known as Nies, I believe, and has played for a couple of high tier teams, wrong mostly, but shown up in here and there. Yugobic, former member of Dawn, Marcus Moyes bounced around to a bunch of teams, and Archer Tiger's done the same. So should be an interesting game, actually, especially for the round of 16.
I think Platycreus was substitute for Sync for a short period of time. So he's definitely knows his way around the comp scene.
Yeah, and he's got a tree tag right there, and I believe he played for Willowkeeper in CIC. I think he played a couple of games for them when they were missing a player.
Yeah, he's been ringing a few times in scrims as well, right. Instead of Kraken.
Yeah, looking for a new team, so I don't know if he's actually a full-on add to this CoolIo team, and I don't know if the same is true for Yugobic, but wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, as this looks like actually it could be a pretty solid roster.
Yeah, I agree. Like if they manage to do well in gold, it might be permanent.
Yeah.
Adds to the roster at least. I mean, it's pretty much that it depends on whether or not or how well you do in the current cycle. If it doesn't work out, people are just like, yeah, can't be bothered, I'm gonna go look for a new team. If it goes well, they're gonna stick to it.
Right. And I would imagine people trying to finalize their rosters a little bit here as we go into the playoffs pretty shortly. We have one cycle left after cycle 7, and then it's the HoN Tour Season 3 playoffs, and then we're at the World Finals. So, to be fair, probably neither team exactly a favorite to go to Thailand, but strange things have happened. So,
I got a favorite now, that's for sure.
Who is it?
Racing.
Really?
Racing Gaming is gonna take it. No doubt. I'm calling it. They are so good right now.
I think it's gonna be Tree.
I don't know. I mean, Reason is screaming every single day.
So
from 7 to 20, or wait, from 7 to 11. But Tree, yeah, they've been screaming a few times as well. But I don't know. Reason have just they had this one type of draft that they always ran. Like when Imba Boy was playing the range carries on the safe lane, and Nero was playing like an initiator on the secondary support, like a Behemoth or Magnus or something. But now they're like. They have so much more different options that they have explored and found out that works for them. So I think that they are going to be really damn deadly, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually were to win this cycle as well in Diamond.
That would surprise me. I don't really see Sync dropping out of series. They haven't been playing all that much HoN, but I still think they're too far ahead of people to be seriously threatened. But
I don't know though. I don't know, I didn't see their games versus Nullstone, but from what I understood, it was kind of stump.
Yeah, the Nullstone got dumpstered. Game 2 was like a 16-minute concede or something like that. It was not great for Nullstone. So, I mean, yeah, if Sync were showing some signs of vulnerability, I'd agree with you. But ever since they lost Cycle 4, they've basically just destroyed pretty much everybody, and
Don't worry though, because Reason, they are different from other teams, and they are running drafts that are a little bit more defensive, and are working very well against Sync's lineup. And I know that Insania have these special drafts for each team as well, and just versus Reason, he just hasn't found that specific niche that works well versus them quite yet. So maybe he does some research. He should for this next weekend. But I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that Reason is gonna take it.
That's a bold call, but certainly well within the realm of possibility. I mean, Sync's looking really good, but they were looking really good before they dropped a cycle to BMG too. So pretty much anything can happen. But anyway, this draft is nearly finished, and we've pretty much not talked about this game at all. So we probably should start to address it a little bit. Goku's easily made out Magnus and Valkyrie, which is strange to me, but okay. Parasite and Kraken going to be removed by the Hellborn side. That leads into picks of Cthulhu, Oogie, Empath, Bubbles, and Drunken Master. And Hellborn going to go with Swiftblade, Rhapsody, Ophelia, Silhouette, and Tundra. Second stage of bans was Dr. Repulsor, Pharaoh, and Chipper for the Legion side, so lots of initiators right there. Hellborn going to take out Hag, Tempest, and Puppet Master, so mostly short laners, but the one jungle hero option in Tempest. And seems like the Legion will be running a jungle Cthulhu in Goku's hands. In the 16 playing the karaoke. And Hellborn are likely going to be looking for a Suicide Swiftblade on top of a short lane Silhouette with Rhapsody and likely Tundra in the middle. So Tundra pick, interesting to me. Not a hero that we see too often, but there's a lot of minions on this Hellborn side, in fact, so that should combo pretty well with Rhapsody. Thoughts on either side of the draft?
I'm not too much of a fan of the Legion draft so far, or from what I've like, they might have a plan with it, but just looking at the picks, it seems like they have no damage whatsoever. At least in the early game. I mean, they need to get really damn fat if they actually want to be able to take someone down, and they got like not too many nullstone removers as well. And Silhouette, I'm not sure, I didn't pay too much attention to the draft when he was picked up, but they literally only have the Drunken Master who can take away the nullstone, so they're never going to be able to shut him down if he gets to that snowball state. Bubbles and Drunken Master works very well versus the Tundra and the Swiftblade, obviously because Drunken's untouchable, and the Stagger and Lunge and all that kind of stuff, and Bubbles take cover, so they have countered the or the Hellborn heroes pretty well. But yes, there's like a general opinion over their team. It's just they lack initiator, they lack damage, and you know, when you have those kind of tanky heroes as well, they have 3 tanky heroes, then you kind of want something to push with, you know, go together as a team, as 5. But seeing as they don't have a single hero that's actually good at pushing, like, they're mostly just going to be running around, I think, with fat heroes.
It'll be difficult to take down here, but yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like, as this game goes later, it's going to be easier for the Legion team to do damage as Oogie gets fatter, but then you're going up against the Swiftblade and a Silhouette, and they're going to out-carry you, like, especially with the Rhapsody behind them. It's going to be difficult to gank them because of the Tundra. Meanwhile, you're probably going to get turned on a whole lot because of the Tundra. So the Hellborn have a lot of chances to make stuff happen and to play and make sure that they don't get caught. Meanwhile, the Legion's damage isn't all that good. I think this is going to require a relatively early game victory from them, based on the Bubbles and the Drunken Master pick. Both of them can get going pretty quickly, but that probably means Oogie's just not going to do all that much. So there's a little bit of incongruity there with the draft. Yeah, by the way, the Silhouette was the last pick, so makes sense that they don't have too many counters.
Yeah, I really like the Tundra pick. The more I think about it, the more I like it, because as I just said as well, I mean, the Legion team, they don't necessarily have any push. So as long as the Hellborn team just avoids fights and split push, they're most likely going to be able to come out on top of this. And Tundra is perfect for that, with the bird, gives the vision.
And especially avoiding the ganks as well. Because if the Legion do want to push, because they don't have that push lineup, they're going to need to get a pick or two before they do so. And if the Hellborn team can prevent them from ganking successfully, then that's going to basically prevent the Legion side from being able to take towers until they just get, you know, too beefy for towers to fall, or for towers to stand. But then at that point, Silhouette and Swiftblade become a pretty serious problem.
There really isn't that much of a gank presence or like for the Legion team either. Like, what do they have? I mean, they have literally nothing to catch the Swiftblade with or the Silhouette. Like, how are they gonna initiate when they're going for a gank?
My guess is Bubbles and presumably a Portal Key Cthulhu, but that's about it.
That's, yeah, exactly. And then they're gonna have to kill him during the duration of that trample stun, because if that wears off, he's just gonna, you know, Silhouette is gonna swap out, or Swiftblade is gonna spin out, so this is gonna be tricky.
Should be relatively easy. So, laning situation, top lane we got Silhouette and Rhapsody going up against Drunken Master, who's having a very terrible time here. Zane sitting at 69 GPM, so that's just a gold tick right there, and he's only been in range for a couple of creep kills. Still sitting at level 1 as this Rhapsody is boxing him out extremely effectively. And this is a situation that Rhapsody very much enjoys being in. 1 versus 1 against a melee hero. She can do a lot to prevent heroes from getting any damage out. And that's exactly what's happening. Drunken Master will get some lane control here, so may be able to get some levels, but probably won't be getting too much in terms of creep kills. Jungle situation is Ophelia going up against the Cthulhu. Cthulhu sitting at just 200 gold per minute, and Ophelia is at 100 GPM. So, boy, that's interesting. Neither one of them are having even a decent time, which kind of surprises me. Like, yeah, we're only 3 minutes in, but they should have better.
Cthulhu started off in the Legion Forest, or the Hellborn Forest, right?
I don't remember. I didn't.
I think it did. I think he was following Drunken Monster up there, and he took the hard camp. to mess with Ophelia. And as we can see, he has also placed 2 Wall of Revelations here to get rid of the word, or the word over at the right hard camp. So that's probably the reason for why of them are, you know, relatively low, because Cthulhu just wanted to shut down the Ophelia in the beginning.
Let's go in the middle lane. Bubbles taking on the Tundra, and Tundra doing a little bit better in terms of farm there, 260 GPM compared to Bubbles at just 215. Bubbles did manage to control the top room as a haste, and he's got that bottled up, but no kelp field for a while, so probably not going to be ganking anytime soon. On the bottom lane is Oogie and Empath taking on the Suicide Swiftblade. And Empath, obviously, one of the off-sided counters to Swiftblade, especially in lane, as the wall did a lot to prevent his spin damage from coming out, and Oogie's taking advantage of that to the tune of the highest farm in the game at 350 gold per minute.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much though. I mean, they picked this Empath really early on as a counter to the Swiftblade, but seeing as they have an Oogie who like does literally nothing towards the Swiftblade, they're not going to be able to kill him anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, he's already level 4 as well. Empath, oh, they're actually, Empath? Oh, nice blocking by Oogie.
Yeah, you might actually be a little ahead of me. Anyway, there's the wall that finally goes out, so I was thinking we should resync, but yeah, Empath can take a lot of damage from this tower, and Oogie, or Swiftblade, unable to catch up thanks to the Oogie blocks. At 423, 24, 25.
Yeah, okay, I'm good now.
27.
I have to remember that. Always getting a little bit ahead.
I'm usually behind, and my guess is it's because I'm running a crap ton of stuff in the background, so my draft load takes a little while.
Damn.
Oh well.
Swifty
gonna take a health bot in the bottom lane, and he's at 150 GPM, so he's not exactly having a better time than that Suicide Drunken on Legion team. Neither side really gaining much of an advantage here.
Drunken Monster's doing well though. I mean, he's level 4 as well. I mean, he shouldn't be getting any levels whatsoever. I mean, he should be level 1 or level 2 at tops.
Right.
So both Suicides is doing a lot better than they should, and as every single game, or like as a support, if you want to box out the Suicide, you kind of have to make the decision like, do I want to stack or do I want to keep the Suicide in a very low level? And if you're on Empath, for example, for the Legion side,
that's a bloodlust.
Really...
I don't understand how that happened. They literally just walked him down and kept auto-attacking. Obviously, the free grapple additional movement speed from Marcus Moy was helpful, and he hit him with a Death Lotus, but I was sitting there going, are you going to stagger at any point? And I don't think he did. I'm pretty sure it was off cooldown. Very confused. Well, that was surprising. It's helpful for Silhouette, though, because she really has been missing some CS here. She has 28 creep kills for some reason. That's the same as the Bubbles in the middle lane. And I don't know why.
Wow.
Anyway, speaking of Bubbles in the middle lane, getting up a health field there, and she got a lot of gank presence. Bubbles actually is going to die to the tower attacks, so it's going to be 1-for-1. And Ophelia coming in here looking for a counter kill on a Drunken Master, but she's taking a lot of damage. Drunken a little bit too tanky. Cthulhu will eat the creep, and actually Rhapsody going to get Drunken and will get the kill. So nice rotation there from the Hellborn side, bringing now 3 heroes as Swiftblade joins the party. And their entire team, except for Silhouette, is hanging out in the middle lane. That's good. Archtag will return to the jungle. Try to pick up his farm, which is pretty terrible, but oh well. So.
Yeah, it's suffering, but at least he got some experience now from that kill in the mid. But yeah, nice movements from the Hellborn team. Rhapsody and Ophelia being there to support the Tundra is very, very important. But Swiftblade though, I don't know why he was down there or in the mid.
Moral support?
I feel like he can. No, I mean Swiftblade, like why he was what? Yeah.
I know. Moral. Maybe he's just like, hey guys.
Yeah, but I feel like he can get solo kills now here at the bot lane. I mean, he's level 6.
Yeah.
And you can't. I mean, you can't gank Bubbles anyway.
Right. He's gonna take cover your ulti.
Yeah.
And he does have level 1 take cover, but or that. But yeah, if he can get a successful spin off onto this Empath, he will be able to kill her if he can spin and then ulti. The issue is basically dealing with that wall, so if Resher is at all able to do that, then he should be just fine. And ganking in the Cthulhu, I don't think is going to be successful. Meanwhile, middle lane Bubbles, they will get the kill there, as the ulti from Tundra was used. Too much damage onto Eggy B, and he's at 150 GPM, so this Legion draft, which has some holes in it.
A lot of holes, I would say.
This is not the start that they want either, because I think if they were gonna put themselves in a decent position to win this game, it starts with a very good laning phase, and that's not really happening here.
Yeah, but looking at the heroes that they're drafting though, I mean, they're not gonna get it, because Drunken Master is, I mean, he's alright in a 1 versus 1 situation, but I mean, it was pretty clear that it was not gonna happen in this game.
Right.
And Bubbles as well is not necessarily the best 1 versus 1 hero, so I mean, they're gonna have to go into this, or this laning phase in, like, with the attitude that they're gonna lose their solo lanes. So everything is, you know, gonna rely on either Kitolfan ganks or Oogie getting super fat.
I feel like Bubble should have done better in middle lane. Like 185 GPM on him versus a Tundra seems pretty low. Drunken Master should have gotten crushed. Anyway, Rhapsody in the middle lane is going to get caught out here. We got Oogie, Empath, and Bubbles chasing her down. Newest Blessing's going to be there, though, and Oogie's out of mana, so they're not going to get this kill, even with the Shell Surf, because they swapped the bottle to Rhapsody, and she drank the charges, so that was actually a pretty nice play right there. And Yugobek ends up surviving as a result. Well done.
Really questionable with Bubbles, though, and not using his kelp field for that kill. Because he definitely could have gotten the kill if he wanted to, but he is choosing not to.
I think he was trying to save it for a subsequent gank, but especially early on in the game, I think the better mentality is use the spell. Just get the kill. Like, it's such a helpful momentum booster, and you don't have that many opportunities. It's not as necessary to keep your cooldowns early on. I mean, we see Tempest ultimates all the time onto one person because it's basically just like, hey, free kill.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to save it unless there is something drastic that you're planning for, but, you know, just get a kill. I mean, you're not gonna get anything else out of it anyways at this point of the game, especially not as a Tempest. Like, you're not gonna find that 5-man hole at 10 minutes more.
Oop, Swiftblade gonna get the spin after his Swift Slashes. Just gonna get TP out. Meanwhile, middle lane, Bubbles falls once again. He's 0-3-1, so having a pretty terrible time down here. And,
I'm not even sure how he dies in the mid. Can you auto-take cover Tundra
ultimate? I would imagine. Oh, I think it probably just doesn't cast it then, because it's an instant cast.
Probably not auto-take cover, yeah. But you can take cover it at least. So if you're just sitting on that button, I feel like...
I guess you could take cover it, but I think the reaction time you'd need would be ridiculous. Like, it's not like it has a significant cast time or travel time, and I think it's like a lot of other ultimates where if you take cover it at the wrong time, it just won't cast.
Yeah, maybe it's because of, I actually think it's because he only got take cover in level 1 and it like it goes away before the Tundra ultimate actually reaches him, because it's just for a split second. So I mean, the take or cast time for Tundra ultimate is actually quite significant, and I know for sure that you can disjoint it.
Yeah.
You just get pushed away. You're still gonna get pushed away, but you know, you don't get stunned or take damage.
That's the important thing, but regardless, Bubbles does fall yet again, and he will also lose the mid-tier 1 tower, so things continuing to progress in favor of CoolIo, which isn't all that surprising, because this is definitely one of the better teams in Gold Division, and this team, tyvm team on the Legion side, has just come up from Silver, so... Like we said earlier, yeah, it's going to be Drunken Master once again, getting caught out by the Ophelia gank, and that's going to be a pretty easy series of stuns and a kill.
Yeah, nice micro from Ophelia, and the Silhouette timing his trigger grapple just perfect as well. Nice. I'm surprised they didn't choose to continue pushing the top lane. I feel like they could. I mean, Silhouette had full health, and Archtiger had 3 minions ready to go, and a mana ring for Silhouette as well, so at least force the Legion team up there, you know.
Right. Okay, so Platy Chris in Twitch chat says that you can't take cover the...
You can take cover it. Or you can't auto take cover it. That's what it said,
You can't auto take cover it. Or take cover it, apparently. I don't know. I'm on the side of you. I don't think you can.
No. It works. You can take cover it if you press it, or at least you could before, because I've done it multiple times. Like, you get pushed away, like, but you do take cover it.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure, or that I've done it.
I don't have any experience to back that up. It's purely just, I feel like that's the way it should work based on the mechanic, but obviously that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because this is fun.
I mean, if it's in mid-air, more or less, like when the ultimate is casted and you take cover, I mean, Yeah,
that might work. I just feel like the amount of, like, the timing you'd need on that would have to be so good, because it's not exactly
maybe,
a long
but it works at
time.
least.
Yeah, it's possible. So Come on, Eggy.
Uh,
Gas.
Maybe it's difficult with level 1 takeover.
Yeah.
Probably.
Either way, probably died a couple more times than he should have, especially even with that the possibility that you can't take cover it. And Hellborn actually grouping up pretty heavily in this middle lane, as Ophelia and Rhapsody and Swiftblade are looking for something. Okami nearly 300 GPM. He's going to find the Oogie right here, but Drunken's also in the middle of this, and it looks like they'll force each other to back off. So Hellborn controlling the Legion Woods quite well here, and trying to stop them from farming successfully. We'll continue to push down towers with Rhapsody and Ophelia.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Silhouette's pretty much just free farming the top lane, nearing 450 GPM, and actually getting tied quite well by this Oogie, who's 0-0-0. So 460 GPM at 14 minutes without a single kill or an assist. It's not bad.
Nope, they don't have a forest though, or they do have the control fans, but he hasn't been taking up too much farm, so they've been able to stack and clear the stacks.
Right.
Relatively effective. But something that also baffled me a little bit is that Tundra went for the Abyssal Skull.
Right.
It's a really good item if you're gonna group up early on, but I feel like maybe you could have let Swiftblade get that, because Swiftblade needs lifesteal in some kind of way. At least if this is gonna go into the late game, he's gonna need something when he's split pushing.
Right. And Tundra doesn't necessarily need it, and they may not always be together, so it's nice that he's trying to save Swifty an item slot and 2,000 gold, but I think in the long run that might not be the best thing. And I mean, for that matter, having the extra mana regen and the armor and stuff like that is also really helpful for Swiftblade, because he does like to use mana and he doesn't have the highest mana pool or the best natural regen or necessarily in items that would help with that, besides the Abyssal. So yeah, it seems a little bit weird. Cthulhufoot gonna spot a couple of Hellborn heroes in the Legion Woods. By the way, he's going for an early Helm, so no portal key on Cthulhufoot. Oogie picking up an Icon after he's got his gnomes. Which
I hate that item. Like,
yeah, I don't like it here.
I'm trying to get my team to just not pick it up at all. Or I mean, at times it can be good, obviously at times, but it's in very few situations. Only if you don't have like another hero to actually be in the front. Here we got 3 strength heroes: a Drunken Master, a Cthulhufoot, and an Oogie. I mean, come on, you need damage, guys, or initiation.
And speaking of that, they're gonna find some initiation. Swiftblade spin ulti, and in the 6 on that Oogie, gonna be able to get killed. There goes the Drunken Master before they can do anything. Empath trying to get away from this. That's not gonna happen. Marcus might pick up a hat trick, and Architect gonna stop the quad kill as he picks off Gokugs. That's a CC vote. I guess it's 11-1.
A valiant effort, warrior.
All right. Game 1 going to CoolIo.
Oh boy, I don't even know what happened in this game. It felt like, I mean, it was just pure outplay and pure outdraft as well for the Hellborn team. Not much else to say about it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Marcus Y knows how to play Silhouette, and letting him get that hero is usually not a good idea. Letting him get that hero and then putting him in a lane against a Drunken Master who's going to have absolutely no impact in shutting him down, a worse idea. And then they also left Swiftblade alone in the bottom lane for several minutes to let him free farm. So I think between those things, and then losing a bunch of kills in the bubbles in the middle, yeah, there are about 4 different ways in which this game went bad for the Legion side. So, oh well. Sad times for them. That means they are going to be down 0-1 in this series. Going to have to win Game 2 to force the 3rd game and avoid immediate relegation to the losers bracket, which would potentially have them going back down to silver. So we'll see if they can overcome the strong play of CoolIo and force a 3rd game. Be right back in a couple of minutes with Game 2.